Hi, in this video, I'll show you everything you have to know for the new Season 1, 2025, starting from the modifications to the new strategies. We start with what's new to the game. The biggest updates are the new camp, Atakan, and the boots that comes and changes the gameplay. Starting with the boots, it's possible to unlock it with two main objectives that are First Blood, First Tower, or 3 epic monsters. Only one team gets the upgrade. Our early jungle pathing will be around this. The next one is the Atakan. He spawns on the side where the most of the fighting has been, either bot or top. For most active games, we get the Ruthless Atakan, while for more passive ones, the Voracious. The first gives 25 bonus on epic buffs and spawns roses at his defeat, while the second gives a revive passive where at your next death you respawn 5 seconds later and give only 100 gold to the enemy. Beware, defeating Atakan might turn more difficult than you think. There are other updates, as the towers that deal more damage but has less resistance before 5 minutes, minions where the cannon spawns at the 4th wave and they have less HP while dealing more damage in early. Some new runes or even items. Let's deep dive into our strategies. But before, here are some stats that came out already. The boots are good, while just 2% higher than the first tower. So we're around 73% of win rate. The First Blood win rate increased actually by 5%. And the Atakan represents 75% win rate for 34% completion in game. I find this ties quite fair, and while a lot complain about the state of the game, it still needs time to the players to get adjusted to it. Jungle becomes a crucial role, while other lanes are still impactful. For top laners, having a strong sideliner can secure First Blood or First Turret can be helpful. Same as bot lane that can actually secure control over Drakes, while mid laner are as before the center of priority condition. We start with jungle pathings. Some are more viable than others, while some might fall behind. We start with the simplest, which is the full clear. It's the basic where you can't fail, you can't go wrong. So once you full clear either top to bot or bot to top, you can at the end gank if you find an opportunity, or just take your back after the carap. The idea is to get back into the map to secure the Drake, either by taking control of the side or doing your half part of top side. So it is better to start top side if you're planning into doing your top side before going for the Drake. The second path is like the first, but is more efficient in my opinion. You get a later back with better buy and more XP. We need to take a fight. It's the 3 halves clear. You start Raptors, go Golem, and then red. When you get to your blue side, you do your wolves, Grum, blue. and Karap. Then you go through mid, where you can actually give a gank or just pass through, do your raptors and your golem, and then go back. You'll have just enough time to buy and go straight to Drake. It is actually better on red side, as your top camps are secure against an invade, but blue side, yeah, is also good, where you could have a variant where you decide to ignore the Drake and clear top side after you're back to go into grubs after that. The third path is my special pathing that I talked about in the last videos. It's the level 2 gank. It's more complex and requires to know where the enemy jungler starts. It works well with a few of junglers and with the help of your support. You start your bot side buff camp and go straight to bot lane ganking while they are level 1 to secure first blood. If enemy jungler started top side, you have to invade his bot side. If he started bot side, you continue your full clear or nearly full clear. You need to back at 410, buy, and go back to bot lane where you'll contest the Drake with your bot lane ahead, and you actually ahead with a better buy than the other jungler. It's very strong when played in duo queue with support or ADC. The other level 2 gank is on top side, where you do just the same, but you'll have to ask your support to high top or go with you. You both gank top at 3v1 at your level 2 and secure a first blood. It works even better with a top bot lane swap lane. The final path is the invade level 2. It was very known in China and Korea. So, if the enemy jungler starts blue and you start raptors, you can go for an early invade to get first blood and deny some camps. It's strong when you are on the blue side of the map, as you can ask your support to go with you. Having completed the 2 first neutrals at spawn gives an enormous advantage. Only 1 camp is necessary to secure the epic monster objective for boots, and it becomes easier to get the third as Grubs and Drake will spawn at the same time. You just do the other objective that is not actually contested. If you end up losing first blood in the game, maybe because of an invade or a laner that is feeding, the best strategy in my opinion is to aim for the grubbies and herald to play for first tower too. But don't force it. Losing the boots is not the end of the game. Don't fall behind as the Atakan is coming. It is possible to deny the grubs from the enemy when you can't fight for it by just taking one, as it won't give the objective to the other team. The Atakan is a very strong objective to get, as it nearly secures the win. But getting it is another story. Let's see how you should play it from ahead and from behind in the game. If you are ahead in the game, you want to be able to kill the Atakan without giving the possibility to the enemy to wipe you. So don't start it directly. It should be played nearly as a Nashor, but more aggressively and more cautiously. The armor and magic resist debuff are a huge factor in Atakan fights. You want to trap fight before even pulling the monster, or at least have info that the enemy is not going to contest it. Some combos as Yorick make it easier, but not enough. For the Voracious, you want to stay in range, while for the Ruthless, you want to stay in melee. Or at least move there when he launches his special attacks. For every second and every hit you get an armor and a magic resist debuff that goes up to 50 stacks. That's why you don't want to get caught while doing it. And as from behind, you want to catch enemies doing it and fight them as they have no resistances. So staying alive and keeping control and vision around Atakan is actually a win con to turn a disadvantage to an advantage.